Time to go back to a classic. We're going to talk about Transformer-themed Bionicle MOCs in today's episode. Whether that's MOCs that actually transform, or custom creations that are inspired by Transformers. Or of course, recreations of existing characters within the Transformers universe. So let's dive in and check out these incredible creations. Tae-Sun Yang is the first builder we'll be highlighting today, and they've recreated Starscream, specifically Starscream as he appears in the live-action 2007 Transformers movie. So here's a little side-by-side with him as he appears in that movie, and this is pretty accurate. And, Technic and Bionicle pieces, they really are the perfect way of capturing the level of detail and greebled designs that you see in those Michael Bay Transformers. Every time I see someone recreate that style in Lego form, it always looks so good. I really enjoy the crazy amount of detail that's been packed into Starscream's face. Using red minifigure hands for eyes, that's a dope idea. But I do think my favourite part use has to be this dark bluish grey banana. Well, there's actually two of them. They're at the top of the head. Yeah, using that to create a little bit of curvature. Very nice, it shapes the head quite well. Although I guess in this context this is also eyebrows. It gives Starscream a bit of a furrowed brow and a menacing facial expression. Whatever the intention for this is, it does look very good. If you want to get these bananas in dark grey, or dark bluish grey more specifically, well, they're not actually that common, not as common as yellow bananas. I believe they only appear in 3 sets, one of which is an old Mixel that's called Sergio. And yeah, oddly enough, these are used as eyebrows in this set. But look, the best thing about this MOC is that Starscream can, of course, transform. And man, the signature fighter jet that they've recreated, it looks exceptional. Look at all of these lovely grey Technic panel pieces. It's a great idea to use those to form the wings on this plane. Modern LEGO Technic sets, they often include a lot of these pieces, and these days they come in all sorts of different shapes, sizes, and colours. And it's the perfect kind of piece to be using on a Transformer MOC. I mean, dude, this plane could totally be a real LEGO set. If LEGO did make jets like this, it probably would look pretty similar to this MOC. Although, given the company's policies and values about modern military stuff, I don't think we would ever see this as a set. But still, we can imagine. Yeah, this is super accurate and very well made. I love it. Now over to a delightful recreation of RC. This was built by Mr. R03. Here's a side-by-side with a few different versions of the character. Like all Transformers, there's a ton of different alternative designs, iterations, or toys that have very minor modifications. So there's a lot of different looks for her, and I believe that this MOC is actually a custom design for the character that's been imagined by the builder. How about this leg design? It's simply using 2 of these white Star Wars Ultra Build shin armor pieces. These are the same ones that come on the legs of a set like a Stormtrooper, you see them on Clone Troopers, they're in a bunch of different things. But what a smart idea to flip them like this. The knee section of this piece looks great for a foot on RC, and then you have that same knee area of that piece that's flipped the other way around and helps bridge the waist into the chest. That's such an elegant transition. It's so cool, it's so sleek. This is just a genius way of using those pieces, and this is a really good looking leg design. And look at that. This is another MOC that uses minifigure hands for an eye design. I mean, yeah, this really is the perfect piece to use for some very thin eyes. Even a pretty tiny head design like this looks rather nice with them on. And minifigure hands come in all sorts of different colours. So if you are building a MOC with them, you've got a lot of variety that you can play with. This is just a wonderfully compact and very well made MOC. This rocks. Now for something a little bit different. This is Liwa, and it's built by Pahoturan. So the intention of this MOC is that it's a fun reimagining of Liwa in his adaptive armor. You see sort of similar stuff in a variety of different sets that Liwa came in 2008. Alright, but where's that Transformers inspiration? Well, Pahoturan has taken some pretty heavy inspiration from a different version of Starscream. This is Galaxy Force Starscream, or more specifically Starscream from Transformers Cybertron within the Unicron trilogy. Call it what you want. Yeah, you can easily see where the inspiration came from here. The placement of the weapons, the shaping of the arm. It looks good, and it's been very well recreated. I think this mock is just a really great reminder to research Transformers. There's so many of them out there, and lots of them have truly incredible aesthetics. A lot of the robots are just great examples of really good character design. Maybe going out and watching a Transformers show or movie, it could give you a few ideas for what you could build next. Even if it's just something as simple as this. You really like the arm design, so you want to replicate it. Inspiration pops up in all sorts of weird and wacky places. You never know when it might hit. This is a cool idea, and it's great to see that direct inspiration from Transformers. Now for a lovely pairing of mocks. This is Orion Pax and Megatron, and they've been recreated by Evon21. So these certainly seem to be taking inspiration from the character's look in the Transformers 1 movie. Bit of a side-by-side here with Orion Pax. You can certainly see some similar shapes in the torso, and the distribution of colours is pretty similar as well. And, Brain Attack Surge's mask for for Orion Pax's face? That's a good idea. It fits him really well. And of course, Megatron bears some pretty strong resemblance to, well, Megatron. But also I can see elements of D16 being worked into the mock, but, they're essentially the same character, so that makes sense. And yeah, Bulk's mask for Megatron? That's an unexpected but very welcome idea. I like it. So both of these mocks, they've got that very simple CCBS prefab design. Bones and armor, that's it. It's just like a typical Hero Factory set. But that's a good thing, it looks good. This design captures a Transformers aesthetic very nicely. Now, yeah, some pieces here have been painted. For example, Orion Pax's torso does not officially come in red. Be nice if it did though. But I still feel like if you wanted to, you could easily match the vibe of these characters with existing pieces. And hey, that's a good reminder. Super simple designs like this can still look amazing, and can still capture the source material perfectly. So go ahead, go build a simple Transformer like this. It's gonna look pretty good. And then let's finish off with another Megatron mock, and this was built by Bra'onicles. The design of the head here is quite interesting. Using some tan gears for teeth, this is a design we've seen before, but it does look cool. And the blaster on Megatron's arm is using some large black wheel pieces to pull off the look of that iconic weapon. Tires, wheels, all that kind of stuff, they're good pieces. And they certainly look good on blasters like this. It's also worth noting that before, we saw Megatron in a silver and black colour scheme, but this one is dark bluish grey and black. A subtle difference, but it still looks pretty good either way. Nice to know that you could change up that colour scheme if you want to. The mock also looks pretty poseable. This is very well done. So there you have it, a bunch of beautiful Transformers, especially for you. If you enjoyed some of these mocks, take a look at the links in the description below. You can see more from those builders right there. But that's it for now. Thank you for watching, happy building, and bye for now.